Welcome to Talking Shakers. My name is Nick Jackson, and with me here today to talk about Bury's prospects for the weekend against Exeter is Mark Higginson, our Bury correspondent. Right, Mark, a much brighter Talking Shakers this week with Bury winning on the road at Yeovil. Yeah. How did you see it? How did you see that then?
Yeah, much happier place down at Gig Lane, I bet now. They got the draw at MK Dons, and that kind of stopped the rot, as we touched on last week. And now they went and got a win at Yeovil. Fantastic performance. They played really well. They outplayed Yeovil in every department. Deserved to win. Scored 3 good goals. Excellent. Can't fault them.
And Barker, by default, appears to have stumbled across a tactical masterstroke in some respect. He's got Shane Byrne back for another month, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Who's using as a holding midfielder, which worked, as I saw, at the MK Dons game.
Yeah. And
it appears as though that has been continued at Yeovil.
Yeah, definitely. He's really grown into his role at Bury. He's done really well. When he made his debut against Sheffield United, and it was a torrid afternoon that they got beat 4-0. They just lost Ryan Lowe and
this
Damien
is Byrne we're talking about.
Shane Byrne, yeah. And he's only 18-year-old, and I think people were expecting a lot of him at the time. But he's come from Leicester with good pedigree, and I tell you what, he's a good player. He's really got into this role now. He's a kind of midfielder that that breaks up play and disrupts the opposition, and he's really suited to that. Got a good engine on him, gets about the pitch a lot.
I thought that, good energy levels.
Yeah. But he's got a pass on him as well, and I think it's great that they signed him up for another month, because he's been one of the shining lights in the last few weeks.
So they go into the game against Exeter then on a bit of a high.
Of course, yeah.
What's the chances, do you think, of them improving on what they've already done?
I think it's quite important that they get a good result. Hopefully a win. It's at the very least a draw, because Exeter are below them, and Exeter are going to be one of those teams in this mini league that Richard Barker keeps talking about. He's kind of said, look, we can't compete with Sheffield United, etc., but teams like Yeovil, Exeter, we've got to be taking points from. And these are like the kind of 6 pointers. I know it sounds stupid talking about 6 points at this stage in the season, but they can put a bit of daylight between them and Exeter, who aren't a bad side. I was speaking to their press lad the other day, and he was saying they've just had a lot of injuries this season. Yeah. And that's the reason the league table might deceive a bit there, because they're not a bad side, Exeter, really.
And can we say, of course, for a little bit of excitement, David Amu, he scored on his first full debut after coming on against the MK Dons and impressing as a substitute. Yeah. How do you see him developing?
Great play, got plenty of pace, and he's great to watch. Gets people off the seats, when he gets running down that wing. And you don't expect wingers with so much pace to be able to head a ball into the back of the net as well. And he did that on Saturday, and fair play to him. Bury stumbled across a good player there, and he's going to be a key. Since Nicky Jones and Kyle Bennett left, they've not really had that outlet of pace, but I think they've got it now with Amu.
Do you think Andy Bishop might benefit from his presence as well? Somebody else to take up the mantle up front as well as him?
I think Andy Bishop, everyone looks at him for the goals now. Ryan Lowe's left, and he does need the help. He's still capable of scoring 20 goals a season, but as yet he's not scoring the goals that mark him out as a 20-goal season striker. So players like David Amu chipping in, Pete Sweeney scored one at the weekend, Giles Coke, that just helps Bishop, who works hard as a lone front man at the moment, because Harrod's been coming off the bench, and the system's working. Barker's stumbled across a system that works, and fair play, they're doing all right now.
Has he stumbled across it, or did he just find it? Because he seemed to have thought about it in advance of the MK Dons game, so I suppose credit must be given to him for that, mustn't it?
Plenty of credit. Yeah, stumbling across it probably is the wrong saying, because he's looked at MK Dons, and I think he realised that they've got players that pull your defenders out, etc. And he needed someone like Shane Byrne he could put in to disrupt him. And again at Yeovil, and he is tactically switched on. There's a few things, like his scouting reports for Yeovil, he was saying he knew Yeovil tired. So if he's stuck in the game, and then in the final half hour, they'll get something out of it, and so it proved.
Indeed.
And I think he's switched on, and I think he will be a good manager.
Well, let's hope he's switched on for the Exeter game, and good luck to the Shakers. Thank you very much, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Before we go, I'd like to apologise for last week's technical difficulties, which obviously saw us, our broadcast curtailed. We hope you'll join us again next week when we'll be discussing the Exeter game and more to do with Gig Lane. Thank you very much.